If you're a software engineer, then just like me, you have probably also dreamed about getting a job at FAANG at least once in your life. But unlike you, I have stopped dreaming about such an outcome, and in this video I'll be going over why that is. Now, before I even say anything, let me just tell you that this is just my opinion on this whole FAANG issue that everybody is suffering through these days. I'm not saying that you should do the same thing. If you are someone that wants to work for a FAANG company or wants to work as a software engineer in any YCOM or any startup, then you go ahead, you do that, live your life. That's up to you. This is just my opinion and my personal experience on FAANG, well, applying for FAANG, and just what I want in my life. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. My very first reason why I have made this decision is simply because of the amount of time and energy it takes to apply for these applications, just to get hit back with a reply saying, you are not the candidate that we're looking for at this point in time. But keep on applying, what just sounds like, hey, we don't want you, but just keep wasting your time on our company and, just don't do anything else with your life. Just keep applying to jobs. If you know anything about the job market these days, then you would know how tough it is to get any job, let alone a job at FAANG. So I feel like if they don't need me, then I don't need them either. I've applied for these jobs for roughly 2 years now, and somewhere down the line, you get to the point where you're just like, enough is enough. I don't think my self-respect is so low that I'm going to keep on applying for these same positions, these same companies again and again, when they clearly aren't interested in hiring me for any position. Now, this may sound cruel or maybe wrong in some ways, but know that this is just my own opinion, and I think if I have put in a certain amount of energy and time into applying for positions at these big companies, then I'm not saying that they are obliged to interview me, but at some point I have to sit back and be like, okay, this is not working out for me. Clearly, either I'm not good enough for them or it's just not meant to be. And either way, the direction that would lead me to is quite straightforward, which is that stop applying to these companies, maybe apply to a regular job and see if you could get anywhere with that, which I have also done, by the way. And I'll be honest, I have kind of half-assed the applying to jobs that are just in some regular companies, which are not FAANG. But even then, I did put in some amount of effort, and even if we were to take that as me testing the waters, it's clear that the job market is really tough right now, and it's just better for me to go on my own entrepreneurship journey. I was going to do that anyways, so I can just use this as an excuse to get a head start on that instead of wasting more of my time and energy on something that I don't really care about. Best case scenario, I do get the job, which brings me on to my second point. Let's say I do get a job at a big corporation, even if it's not FAANG. Or let's say best case scenario, it is at FAANG. Eventually, I work my way through and I get a job at, let's say, Netflix or Amazon. What's that gonna do? I know I'll be getting paid every 2 weeks. My salary is gonna be really good, 6 figures, 150K minimum. And then I'm gonna have these packages as well, right? Stocks. Netflix doesn't do stocks, but they pay really good for that. And then these bonuses as well. And I'm just gonna be really comfortable, right? Because that was a goal, is to get to a point where you are comfortable with your salary and you're just chilling. And the question that I want to ask you is, do you really just want to chill? Because I have chilled for 2 years at a 9-to-5 job, and to be honest with you, I did not like that chilling. That chilling was more so just a substitute word for laziness. And here's why I say laziness. My psychology when I am working a 9-to-5 just changes Maybe you're not that type of person, and I'm happy for you that you're not, because this kind of is a curse for me. And you can say that, oh, you can just change your attitude, but my attitude is to be an entrepreneur. So let's just keep that aside. And let me tell you something. My mentality when I am working a 9 to 5 becomes that why would I put in 110% amount of effort when I can just get away with putting in 50% of the effort and then getting paid the same amount bi-weekly. For some of you, you might say that you would do that so you can get a promotion every few months. And I get you. That can be the goal. But my ultimate goal is not to be the CEO of the company. It's rather to have my own company that I actually care about and make that go big. So if I know what my goal is, then why would I waste my time trying to please other people? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I know a lot of you guys, a lot of people in general, they tend to work a job which they hate just because they have to pay the bills, or just because they have these responsibilities, or maybe just because they have this pressure from their family, from their friends, that they need a job in order to survive. And this is where it can get a lot more psychological and religious type of thing for me, which is that I know that I'm taken care of. In Islam, we believe that our risk is going to come to us no matter what. And if I truly believe that, and I do not want to work a 9 to 5, then if I were to work a 9 to 5, that would go against my religious beliefs, right? Because if I do really believe in the fact that God will take care of me, then if I'm doing something that I do not want to do means that I don't really believe in the fact that God will take care of me, right? Now, I know some of you might say you're just coping to not work a 9 to 5. And honestly, you can say whatever you want to. I really don't care. I know what I'm thinking is just the way I am. I truly believe that psychology is the main reason why a lot of people just stay in their positions and aren't able to go out of this routine of working a job that they hate. And I do not want to be one of them. I despise working a job that I hate and working with the people that I do not like. So I don't know how to fake things. I cannot fake my way through liking a person that I do not like, which is one of the problems that I was having in my previous job, is that I wouldn't really talk to a lot of people because I just didn't connect with them, and I did not want to be in their positions in the future. This might come off as disrespectful and arrogant, but quite frankly, I look down upon most of these people because they were well into their 40s and still working a job that they did not like. So I just cannot see myself being one of them, and I do not want to be one of them at any point in my life. So I'm grateful that I got laid off about a year ago from this automotive company. That was probably the happiest day of my life. I'll just be the first to say it. I think I'm gonna thrive in this whole entrepreneurship journey. I know it's tough. In the beginning, you go through a lot of losses and failures, and that's okay. I'm okay with failing. I know for all our lives, we were told that failure is a bad thing, but when you come to entrepreneurship, you realize that failure is actually a lot better than just staying in one position and not moving at all. So that brings me on to my third reason, which is that it's just not my purpose to climb the corporate ladder and be the CEO of a company that was built by somebody else. I cannot seem to care about these companies at all. Some of you might, and good for you. If you want to get promoted in these companies, get the high packages, and eventually make $1 million 20 years from now, 40 years from now, then good luck to you. That's not me personally. You might think that I want money fast, which I don't, but I do know that there are people out there that have the capacity, or that actually have made millions in a decade rather than 3 or 4 decades. So I would much rather pick that 1 decade where I have to struggle for 9 of those years, instead of that safe option where I work for 20, 30, 40 years, I get paid about the same salary, just with a bit of an increase every year, and then eventually I get to $1 million after 20, 30 years. Because I know that if I go down that route, then I'm gonna become the laziest person on earth. I'm gonna get a gut, gain weight, which I do not want to gain, and I'm just not gonna be happy with my life. And I don't know if a lot of people experience this, and I didn't plan on saying this in this video, but when I was working a 9 to 5, I feel like I lost a lot of my personality, and I was becoming this monotone worker that just wakes up at 5 a.m., then goes to work, then comes back and just hits the gym and eats a plate of food and just goes to sleep. And that's something that I do not want to be anymore. Well, I shouldn't say anymore because it's been like a year since I got laid off, so who cares. But anyways, the point is that no more FAANG for me. I'm done dreaming about getting a job at FAANG, and this is where I make it official that I have started my entrepreneurship journey. And I know it's going to be a long road. It's going to be a tough one. I'm going to go through lots of failures, and I'm okay with that because I know the outcome is going to be worth it. And even if I am not satisfied with the outcome, at least I'll be doing something that I want to do and not something that I'm being pressured to do by society, most of whom I do not even know, and if I do, then I do not even like. So that's that. Hopefully this video has helped you out in some way, shape, or form, or it's at least giving you some sort of perspective into entrepreneurship or FAANG, and the fact that it's not really that big a deal. It's just like any other job. Don't put it on a pedestal, guys. That's my piece of advice for you. My name is Aston Verk, and I am keen on sharing my own entrepreneurship journey with everybody. And if that resonates with you, then please consider subscribing to the channel. If this video has helped you out in some way, shape, or form, please hit the like button, and please consider watching this video of mine where I go over the results of 48 hours past launching my SaaS. And inshallah, I'll see you in the next one.